The Milwaukee Bucks are going into this offseason with more questions than answers. No one expected the season to end like it did. The Bucks were one of the favorites to win it all. They were going to bring Milwaukee its first championship since Kareem. But it didn't happen that way. Even with the best record in the league, here we are. They lost in 5 games in the second round. In today's video, I'm giving you 5 predictions of what I think will happen with the Milwaukee Bucks this offseason. How's it going, everybody? This is Troy with the Half Court Report YouTube channel. Hey, make sure you like this video. If it's your first time here, make sure you subscribe to the channel too. I've got new videos a few times a week, lots of great NBA content. So in this video, 5 predictions of what I think will happen with the Milwaukee Bucks this offseason. Prediction number 1, Giannis will sign the SUPERMAX with Milwaukee. It's fun to talk about trades. I'm guilty of it. I do lots of trade videos on this channel, but let's face it, it's not happening. We gotta be realistic. Just because Milwaukee is a small market team, just because Milwaukee is a cold weather city, doesn't mean Giannis has one foot out the door. Giannis loves it in Milwaukee. This is a place where he grew up. He became a man in Milwaukee. He started his family there. He's been supported by Milwaukee and the fans from day one, since he was drafted at 18 years old. If you need more evidence, Giannis Antetokounmpo, the man himself, said, quote, "It's not happening," when he was asked if he was going to request a trade from the Bucks. He also said winning a championship is supposed to be hard. He even said some people see a wall and they turn the other way, but me though, no, I break through it. So ask yourself, does that sound like a guy who is ready to play for Golden State or Miami or Toronto? Come on, let's get real. Giannis is a guy who before the NBA was selling fake watches on the streets of Greece to get money for his family. He knows hardship. Not winning a championship by age 25 isn't a hardship. Milwaukee has been loyal to Giannis, and he's going to be loyal to them in return. With one caveat, for now anyway, I fully believe he's going to sign that SUPERMAX extension with the understanding that if the franchise is still in the same spot they are now, in say maybe 2-3 years, then he will explore other options, which would involve Milwaukee finding a trade for Giannis Antetokounmpo. And you know what? They're going to have about 29 other teams lining up to make offers. So I'll say it one more time, and let's make that the end of discussion. Giannis is staying. He's signing a SUPERMAX. Let's leave it at that. Prediction number 2, the Bucks will make a huge trade to get another star. If the playoffs showed us anything, it showed that Milwaukee needs one more piece in order to be really competitive in the postseason. The Bucks have the assets and the contracts to make that happen without giving up Giannis, without giving up Chris Middleton. I don't necessarily see Chris Middleton as a number 2 guy, but at the very least, he's a high-level number 3 guy. And the NBA has shown you need 3 guys if you're going to win a championship. We've heard the rumors about Chris Paul maybe getting traded to Milwaukee. I've got a video in the works on this channel where I'm going to give a bunch of Chris Paul trades. I'm going to include Milwaukee in that video, so I'm not going to spoil it here, so make sure you watch for it, but it is something that can get done. Other potential names: Drew Holiday, Brad Beal, Devin Booker, Joel Embiid. I don't know if the Bucks have the assets to do any of those trades. You're going to need to find a guy who has a big contract but is in a rebuilding situation, like a Chris Paul, like Kevin Love. He's another option. I don't see him fitting in Milwaukee positionally. Chris Paul, though, has 2 years left on his deal, plenty of time for the next couple seasons to show Giannis the team is serious about winning and putting better players around him. A huge trade is going to happen for Milwaukee this offseason. Prediction number 3, Mike Budenholzer will remain coach of the Bucks. Bud Ball isn't going anywhere, at least for one more season. One of the worst things you can do as an NBA franchise is make a hasty move. You may say, well, the Raptors fired Dwayne Casey a couple seasons ago. They hired Nick Nurse, and the next season they went to the finals and won an NBA championship. This is not a situation like that at all. The Bucks are so much farther along than the Raptors were at that time. They have a 2-time MVP, for crying out loud. The Bucks just need some tweaks here and there. They don't need to blow up a huge part of their identity, which is their coaching staff. Budenholzer helped lead one of the best NBA defenses in history. Their offense was amazing as well. I've heard the argument that Budenholzer is just a regular season coach. He's not cut out for the postseason. People say when he was in Atlanta, he coached them to the best regular season record before getting swept in the second round of the playoffs. Again, not the same situation. The NBA wasn't the same then. They were also up against a LeBron James who was in his prime. It's apples and oranges. So what if you do fire Budenholzer? Who are you going to get in? Brett Brown? Tyronn Lue? Are you going to convince Popovich to leave San Antonio? None of those things are happening. Budenholzer is the best coach for this team right now. The only reason you fire Budenholzer is if Giannis says, I don't want to play for this guy anymore. And even then, you'd better have a pretty good replacement lined up. Budenholzer is by far the best coach Giannis has ever had in the NBA. He helped him get to a level no other coach could. I think the Bucks will continue to ride with Budenholzer. Prediction number 4, Donte DiVincenzo will take a leap. I say all this assuming that Donte doesn't get put in a trade for that third star. I think DiVincenzo is going to be a full-time starter for Milwaukee next year at the 2 spot. I love his game. He can hit the 3. He can get after it defensively. His rebounding for a 6'4" guy is off the charts. Over 7 a game per 36 minutes. Reminds me a little bit of Avery Bradley when he was with the Celtics and how he led the team in rebounding. I know, crazy, right? But Donte DiVincenzo has that potential. Maybe not to lead the team in rebounding because Giannis is going to average like 12 or 13 a game, but he can be a great rebounder at that guard spot. He really plays well when he's on the floor with the other starters. If you look at the analytics, they love him when he's on the floor with Giannis, Chris Middleton, Brook Lopez. He's the perfect 5th option for the Bucks. And he can also be a guy to score in bunches when he's out there with other bench players. Flat out, when he's on the floor, the Bucks are a better team. Don't be at all surprised if Donte DiVincenzo is in the conversation for most improved player next season. He can end up averaging about 15 or 16 points next year. And when you don't have the cap space to sign big-name free agents, you really have to bank on internal improvement from the guys already on the roster. Prediction number 5, the Bucks will make the NBA Finals next year. Yeah, I know, it's a little early to throw that out. We don't even know when next season is going to start, but so what? This is my channel and it's my prediction. I believe in this team and what they're trying to build. They've got a great offense. They've got a great defense. They've got stars. They've got great coaching. They all like each other. Good team chemistry. They play well together. And don't forget, there's going to be internal improvement, not just from some of the bench players, but from some of the main guys too. Giannis has improved every year he's been in the league. And he's only 25 years old. He is still scratching the surface of the type of player he can be. There are things he can do on the basketball floor that he hasn't even shown us yet. Just wait till he shoots that 3 consistently. The East is going to be wide open next year. I don't see a lot of free agent movement in the offseason. Perfect chance for them to make another run. That's what I think, but let me know in the comments what you think of these predictions. What's going to happen with Giannis? What's going to happen with Budenholzer? Are there any moves they could make to their roster that would catapult them to that next level? If you enjoyed this content, make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel for new NBA videos several times a week. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. This is Troy with the Half Court Report, and I'll see you next time.